the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we...
This is Akin, aka Jack is the Truth, with the Boxing Voice. I'm here at IQ Neasden with Robbie, the Camden Caretaker, Chapman, and he's alongside Coach Extraordinaire, Xavier. How you doing, sirs?
I'm good, very good, thank you.
How you doing, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good.
Brilliant. So Robbie, you're competing at middleweight.
That's right, yeah.
And you're currently 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
So talk to me, why boxing?
I just, like, when I first started, we done it at the park. We went to the school, from school, we went to the park, all my mates, and we just boxed. And then from there, I sort of caught the bug. I loved it. When everyone was watching and shouting, and it's just like an atmosphere. So from there, went to the gym, wanted to spar. When I was sparring, wanted to fight. When I was fighting, wanted to have bigger fights. And it just went on and, like, escalated.
So
you wore gloves, right?
We wore gloves. No. We took 2 pairs of gloves and
Okay.
yeah, no, it's gloves.
So literally, the adulation of the crowd spurred you on to...
There's something about it. Like when you're fighting and you got all that adrenaline, testosterone, whatever, and then everyone's shouting, and it's just, you know, you get a buzz, and then it's just you'll never forget it. Once you do it once, you're gonna want to do it again.
Yeah, then. Xavier, so I know you as someone that takes on people that you really believe in. You don't spend your time or you don't invest your time in someone that you don't feel can make a mark. What was it about Robbie that you saw and decided this is a potential champion and someone that I need to invest time in?
You know, years back, Robbie came to Neasden IQ for sparring. Sparred a couple of my guys. Robbie did really well. I liked a lot of the things Robbie was doing, and you know, I gave Robbie a few tips here and there. And then over time we just got closer, and eventually Robbie moved to this gym, boxing as an amateur. He had his last 15 amateur fights here. I think he's had about nearly 40 amateur fights altogether. And the key at the time was to keep Robbie as busy as possible. So whatever we worked on in the gym, you know, we could practice each fight. So Robbie wanted to fight like every weekend or every other weekend. And he got...
Sometimes fighting twice in a weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Wow.
And Robbie, he's just got better and better all the time. And I encouraged Robbie about 2 years ago to turn pro, and I was glad when he did. And he's 3-0, and he's doing really well.
Brilliant. So how have you found the professional game so far?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like, since I turned pro, you just always got to keep busy. You get more breaks than what you did in the amateurs,
right.
But you've got to just make sure that you're still training through your breaks and, you know, still promoting yourself and doing everything that you need to be doing. But it is a bit of a adjustment, because in the amateurs, like you said, I was fighting every week, sometimes twice in a week. So now I'll fight, and then I might have 2 or 3 months off. So it's just keeping yourself training and active and whatnot. But
okay.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. All
right. Do you feel your style is more conducive to the pros? Just feeding back to what you said earlier. What made you get into boxing was you went to the park with your mates and you started bashing each other around. So obviously you were either a very hyper kid or you just like a tear up.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. Like I was always good at school. I weren't naughty, nothing like that. It's just like I think every person has it in them that once you put them gloves on, like your inner something comes out of you. But yeah, like you said, I was naturally more aggressive, so I think that will help me out in the pros. But since I've been with Zav, he's teaching me how to box better. I've become a lot better at boxing rather than just having a tear up sort of thing. Like I was saying earlier, I used to always come out of the ring with bruises, cuts and stuff like that, but since I've been here, my last 15 amateur fights, didn't have a single bruise. Since I turned pro, I've not had a bruise, so we're working on things and it's helping out.
So Zav, why are you trying to curb the aggression? Isn't that a good thing? Isn't it when you think of someone like Porter, he's aggressive naturally, it served him well. Do you feel that if you try and curb his aggression, that it will take his power away, for example? I saw him hitting the pads and yeah, he's very explosive. So why are you trying to curb that aggression?
What I'm trying to teach Robbie is that you have to have more than one trick. A lot of boxers wouldn't be able to cope with the pressure that Robbie brings, and then there's other boxers that will. And when that happens, you need to be able to do something else.
Right.
And that's all I'm trying to teach Robbie. What I don't do, the boxers that I get in this gym, I don't change them. I just try to teach them more, so they've got more tools in the box. That's all I'm really doing with Robbie. I mean, he can now box on the back foot. He can now box southpaw. You don't know what will happen in the boxing ring. Anything can happen. You can get an injury, and if you don't practice these things, then on the day you're going to come up short. So these are sort of things I'm trying to teach Robbie, and I keep saying to him also, the more damage, the more cuts, the shorter your boxing career will be.
Right.
Because in the amateurs over the last few years, there's been no head guard, so there was a lot of cuts, a lot of bruises, a lot of swellings, a lot of nose damage. So you have to be a little bit more defensively responsible, and that's what I've been working on with Robbie the last few years.
Okay, so I know you feel it's a good. It makes sense for a boxer to have an arsenal, to be capable of lots of things, but if a boxer is naturally good at something, do you try to enhance on that? Or because I noticed that he was switch hitting when I saw him training as well, and I understand the appeal of something like that. But I suppose what I'm getting at is there a template for boxers, or do you look at what someone is good at and try and enhance on that, or do you just feel it's better to be well-rounded?
Yeah, I mean, whatever the boxer has naturally, I want them to be better at what they naturally do. So Robbie's aggressive. There's certain positions he needs to finish after his attacks. We work on those sort of things, and at the same time just teach him other aspects of boxing. So I don't ever take away what a boxer's good at. We work on that, and then we work on other things as well. So I want a complete fighter.
Okay. So the Camden Caretaker, why that nickname?
The name.
Yeah.
I work as a caretaker.
Oh really?
Regional High School in Camden.
Oh, you actually work as a caretaker?
Yeah. So that's where it comes from.
Do you know what? I saw the name, and I'm a wrestling fan, and I was thinking of the Undertaker, and
everyone says that to me.
So it makes sense now. So go on. You work as a
at Regional High School. They're all good down there. They come watch me fight. They support me when they can. So yeah.
Do you still work as a?
I still work there now. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. You're a young fighter coming into the professional game. Is it required? Is it normal for professionals to carry on working until they reach a particular status?
You've got to, because we don't make a penny from this game at the moment. Like, not even we don't make a penny, we're paying at this level. So you've got to work, otherwise you ain't gonna have a. Actually, my coach calls me the wallet man. I don't like to spend a penny, but sometimes you have to. So.
I saw an interview you did where you were with your manager. I don't know whether you guys are still
A sports agent, yeah.
Sports agent, yeah. And I'm talking about I think her name is Sophia, and she was alluding to the fact that the most important thing is finding sponsorships.
Yeah.
That you could be the best boxer in the world, but if you don't if you can't sell tickets, not finding sponsorships, sorry, rather, if you can't sell tickets, you won't really go far.
Yeah.
How true is that? And I'm going to ask both of you, because I'd like to get Xavier's take on it, because if you're a boxer, I mean, a fan will look at that and think, if you're a boxer that is putting up people away, surely meritocracy will demand that you will get the right fights eventually. How much of this professional game is down to marketing yourself and being able to sell tickets versus having a winning record? What do you consider more important?
For me,
for you, first of all.
Well, as far as I know, selling tickets is, well, they're both obviously equally important. But if you can't sell tickets, ultimately, you can't really do it. You have to pay a certain amount to fight on the show, so you have to sell a certain amount of tickets.
Oh wow!
If you don't, so yeah, you just got to sell tickets basically. And then if you sell a lot of tickets, it's going to bring a lot more interest to you, to promoters and this and that. So selling tickets is like a must.
Most important. What do you think, Zab?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways to approach this game. It's an advantage to be a good ticket seller, especially if you want to get on a big show. If you're not actually signed to that promoter, you usually have to sell a huge amount of tickets, and if you can't do that, then you can't get that opportunity. But saying that, it's not the only way. Some guys come in the game and just, they just create a lot of noise because of the way they fight, and they start to build a fan base. There's loads of different ways to approach this game.
Do you have any concerns where Robbie's concerned in terms of him making it to the next level where he won't be dependent on trying to sell himself, where his work will do the talking?
No, I think since Robbie's turned pro, he kind of gets a good understanding now of what he needs to do to be a successful pro. He needs the support of sponsors. He needs to be a decent ticket seller, and he needs to train and put on good performances. If you're doing those 3 things, then usually you'll be okay.
Okay. I feel there's a good amount of buzz about you. You're well thought of. When I ask about you in boxing circles, everybody has nice things to say about you. Do you want to be known as the nice guy of boxing, or do you want to be known as that aggressive kid that step in the ring, that has an alter ego? I mean, when you think of personas like Deontay Wilder, everyone says he's nice outside the ring, but he's a different person. He wants to kill.
Well,
he wants a body.
I've not really thought of it like what I want to be known as.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a nice bloke, but I don't know. I think people think I'm nice, when I'm in the ring, then I'm sort of a bit aggressive. But I wouldn't really like to be like Deontay Wilder. I don't really like him, to be honest.
Talk that talk, brother.
If I was a heavyweight, I'd be calling him that. But no, I wouldn't really want to compare myself to Deontay Wilder. Wouldn't mind making as much money as him, but not really to be a person.
Okay, so you just said if you would call him out. Who would you like to fight? Who do you see yourself?
To be honest, I'm still learning about the pro games. I've only had 3 fights as a pro, 4 coming up. But the only person I've really got my eye on at the moment that I would like to fight, and it's nothing personal, but Linus Udofia.
Right.
He's sort of the man. Everyone at the moment is bigging him up. I've watched his fights. He looks wicked. He looks really good. He's got good defence. He moves well. He looks strong. So he's like a good boxer. So at some point I want to fight him. And there's actually 2 people from the amateurs that I wanted to fight. I wanted to fight them in the amateurs, but one of them I didn't get to fight. One of them I did. I lost. It was a close fight. Some people thought I won it. Some people thought I didn't. So I'm waiting for them to turn pro, and I'm pretty sure they'll be looked after by Eddie Hearn. So I can fight one of them, Eddie Hearn, when you sign them up. Camden Caretaker. He's ready for him. I can give you their names if you want.
You can give me their names. Go ahead. It's your platform, brother.
Again, nothing personal, but Jordan Reynolds, because he was the man in the amateurs. Everyone would say like he was the man. He was wicked. I can't knock him. But if you're that good, I want to fight you, and then I'll see if you're that good. If you are, fair play, But if I beat you, then suddenly I'm the man.
Yeah.
So it's nothing personal. It's just I wanted to fight him. I actually called him out. I think I had 20 bouts as an amateur, and I asked my coach at the time, not Zav, if I could fight him. I think he'd had about 60 bouts. He was on the GB squad, I think. And we got matched, but he had to pull out to injury, so that didn't happen. But yeah, hopefully in the pros we can fight him then. And the other one was Lewis Richardson. Again, he was in the GB squad. I fought him in the Box Cup semi-final. He beat me on a split. Some people, like I said, some people thought I won.
So you want that get back?
So yeah, I'd like to fight him again. I think I've got the tools to beat him. So yeah.
I think I'm beginning to understand the dynamic between the pair of you. As he's calling out the names and what's going on, I can see that you're trying to rein him in, like, bruv, not yet.
No,
not yet.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like that.
I like him calling out people as well.
The thing is, when I'm calling people out, like, I'm not being disrespectful.
I don't think you're being disrespectful at all. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
What I see when you're calling people out is someone that's ready to go. That look, you see someone that you think you're capable of beating, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And I can see the dynamic of your coach thinking, this is a guy that if you let him off the leash, he will go for anyone, and he's trying to make sure that, let me teach him the intricacies of boxing. I just got that dynamic. I know Zav doesn't mind you calling people out, but I can just see that he also wants you to learn the intricacies of the sport.
Yeah.
But it's good. I feel boxing right now needs characters like you. It needs people that are prepared to say what they want to do and live by that. So it's refreshing.
You know, you were saying like, what do I want to be like?
Yeah.
It's not like I want to be like him, but Dillian White, the way he is,
Absolutely.
I really like that.
Absolutely.
He'll just get in there, he'll fight anyone.
Yeah.
He'll say, if I lose, I lose. I'm not going to lose, but if I lose, it happens. It's boxing, sometimes it happens. And if I win, fantastic.
I think Dillian White is the epitome of a boxer that has come against adversity and really built himself up through what he says and doing it. And I suppose the onus is on Zav that is sitting beside you to make sure that you pick the right people to fight and you do what you say you're going to do. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to follow your journey. And I definitely will be there to see you fight. Well, you're fighting on March the 2nd. Brilliant. So, Zav, what can we expect on March the 2nd? What have you? Is there a game plan? I'm sure you study the opening. Camden, do you watch the opening that you're about to fight Robbie, or do you leave that all down to Zav?
I don't sit there and study, but I do have a watch. I usually leave it to Zav, like let him. He's my coach, but I do have a little look.
Zav, what do you think? What should we expect on the 2nd?
The same again. I just want Robbie to get the rounds in. You can't buy experience. He needs to do the rounds. I think he's moving up to 6 rounds. First 6 rounds.
Nice.
And then I'm hoping in the summer he gets to go straight to 8s. And then maybe by the end of the year we might well be going for a Southern Area title.
So you got to do a 6 and 8 before Southern Area.
Yeah, I'd like him to. It's good, even though Southern Area title is a 10-rounder.
Yeah.
You know, if you've only done 6, then you'll have it in the back of your mind that I haven't even done 8. If you've done 8, you can do the 10. So I always prefer my fighters to at least have had an 8-rounder along their journey, and then if the opportunity comes to get a title shot by the end of the year, I'm definitely going to take it. I've got a lot of confidence in Robbie. He's a very, very good fighter, very good boxer, and he's going to give anybody a problem. So I'm looking forward to. I'm glad to be part of Robbie's journey.
Yeah. No, look, I'm very intrigued to see how you get on. Robbie, anything else you'd like to add?
2 things actually. One, 23rd of February, I'm hosting a 5-a-side football tournament.
Okay.
And it's to help me sell the tickets, because obviously selling tickets is one of our struggles. So there's a £5 entry. The winning team will win a ticket to my fight on March the 2nd. And there's going to be a raffle with prizes. If you turn up, you get into the raffle. And there's going to be prizes from my sponsors, who are from Camden, Canavate, CBD, and Camden Piercing Tattoos. I've got Turmeric Company and KMT Clothing. They're all going to donate prizes. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
When you say £5 entry, you mean for the team or
£5 a head? And then
to watch or to take part?
To play.
Oh, bro, I'm all over that because
Summertown Sports Centre. Yeah, I'd like to say thanks to them as well for giving me the pictures and whatnot. So yeah, you pay £5, you come play, you get entered into a team, or you can bring your own team. And yeah, 5-a-side tournament, winning team gets a team.
When is that? What's the date?
23rd of February.
23rd of February. Okay. Do you have information on that on your social media?
Yeah, it's all on there. So
do you want to give your social media out at this point?
If you go on Insta, you type in Chapman_Robbie, Facebook Robbie Chapman, and Twitter the Camden Caretaker.
Brilliant. Well, this is Akin for the Boxing Voice. I have to say, I've interviewed a few people, and the way you light up when you talk about doing things like 6-rounders, etc., you've definitely captivated my attention, and I hope for good things for you, man. So here we'll follow your journey from here on out.
Thanks a lot, man.
Robbie, do that again. Robbie, the Camden Caretaker.
Yeah.
Chapman and Zav Miller. Appreciate you talking to the Boxing Voice.
Cheers.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.